I think a lot of people skip over the part about narcissistic abuse, where they have to grieve the loss of their parents while their parents are still alive. I don't ever really hear anybody talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it. If you're an adult and you were the scapegoat, the black sheep of your family, and your parents basically abused you your entire life, childhood, teenage years, now you're an adult and they still fucking with you, they're emotionally abusing you and still trying to control you. Um, and they really just put you in this position where you have no choice but to cut them off. It's a process, it's a process of grieving someone as if they passed away. However, they're still alive, if that makes sense. What usually happens is, you'll cut your parents off like 100 times. I'm telling you, this is what happened with me. What happens over the years, usually in your 20s and 30s, is, you know, you'll keep forgiving, you'll keep giving your parents a chance, even if they do you dirty, do you wrong, lie, steal, cheat, talk about you like a dog, compare you to your siblings. They could be the worst type of parents and you'll still fucking forgive them and keep going back to try to mend the relationship, right? But after a while, your mental health takes a toll. Your body takes a toll. You start breaking the fuck down. The more chances you give and forgive, the more that it's this thing with your parents, right? Your parents, be that they are true narcissists, they have the full-blown disorder. Every time you go back to your parents to forgive them after they have disrespected and violated you and abused you, in their sick, twisted mind, they actually think you like the abuse. They think that you're a glutton for punishment because you keep returning back to it. The more they push you away, you keep going back to get more. So, in essence, that's why they keep abusing you. They actually think you like it. And they enjoy doing it, and they feel like some sense of ownership. You're like an object that they own. So, yeah, they feel entitled to abuse you over and over and over again. So when your parents push you to the point of no return, you finally said, enough. I got to get off this hamster wheel because neither one of you are going to change. I'm done. I'm one and done. I can't do this anymore. Not only am I going to cut mom and dad off, I'm going to cut my siblings off because my siblings are supporting my abusive parents. And I'm going to have to cut off my aunts and my uncles because they support my abusive parents and they keep enabling them to abuse me. And I'm going to have to cut off my grandparents. The whole fucking family got to go. Because everybody wants to support the abuser. Everybody wants to side with the fucking abuser. Everybody approves of child abuse. Everybody backs up the person that violated me and bullied me all throughout my childhood and still continues to do it to this day. Everybody in my family supports the person who allowed a man to molest me and touch on me when I was a little girl, and she did nothing to protect me. She didn't, report him to police or nothing. Since family continues to support my abusive mother and father, I cannot have a relationship with my family members either. Everybody gets cut. This is what happens, y'all. You're going to grieve. You're going to go through a period of grieving. You're going to miss your parents. And what it is you don't actually miss them. You miss the ideal of them being good parents to you. You miss the ideal of them loving on you and nurturing and supporting you. You don't miss your actual parents because they're horrible people. You're missing the ideal of what they could have been to you. You have to grieve that part. You understand? What's going to happen? The more that you stay away, the more that you don't talk to your parents, they're cut off. You've changed your number. A lot of y'all have relocated, packed your bags and moved far away to another city and state to get the fuck away from your family. There's going to be a period of silence and isolation. And hopefully you'll stop dating because you'll understand that because your parents have programmed you to be attracted to their toxicity. You've normalized their behaviors growing up. It's familiar. So your parents have really brainwashed you and groomed you to attract toxic friendships and toxic lovers, people that are modeled to behave just like your mom and dad. That's why you keep attracting narcissists. So once you cut your family off, you should be celibate. You should not be dating. You should really be working hard on yourself. That requires isolation. Okay. Elevation requires isolation. You understand? And that's where the therapy comes. That's where you break your codependency issues. That's where you learn who you are. You learn what your purpose is. That's where you get your finances together. Your life comes together in your isolation phase. But that requires you cutting off family and distancing yourself and not allowing them to text and call you. Your family should have no access, just like your abusive ex-boyfriend should have no fucking access to you. If a person is an abuser, they should have zero fucking access. No text, no call. They can't tag you in a group chat. They blocked off of social media. Shit, your social media should be deactivated for a while so you can focus on your healing. You have to do this with mom and dad. It's a process. The point that I'm trying to make, when you go through all of this, what's going to happen is you're going to grow to become indifferent to your parents. You're going to stop loving them. You're not going to feel anger. You know, you're going to be angry for a while, and your anger is justified because when you realize just how much abuse you've tolerated over the years, it's going to make you infuriated. When you realize your parents have been fucking you over since day one, when you realize how fucked up they are and that they've always hated you and they've always wanted to destroy you, that shit's going to make you mad for a very long time. You're going to have to deal with that anger, and your anger is justified. But let me tell you something. You're going to go through different phases. You're going to grieve. You're going to miss them. You're going to, look at other people's families happy. And you're going to say, I wish my mom and dad loved on me like that. You're going to go through all types of phases. Okay. But you're going to get to a point where you stop fucking caring. And I'm gonna be straight up. You're grieving the loss while your parents are still alive. And I've talked to a lot of people that had abusive parents and their parents finally passed away. And when their parents passed away, they felt nothing because they had did all their grieving while their parents were alive. And I can tell you right now, I don't even want a hug from my mother. I don't want a hug. I don't want to be around her. She disgusts me. I don't wish her no harm. And same with my father. I don't wish them no ill will. God bless them. But I don't even want a hug. I don't want no affection from them. That's how much they have turned me off. I learned who they are as people. I understand that they're human, but they had a choice in how to treat their children. And treating a child with love and kindness does not require money. Their relationship, I understand, was nothing but transactional. It wasn't pure love. It was, what can you do for me? If you can't do for me as your parent, then I'm going to dispose of you like trash and I'm going to treat your sibling better than you. That's all it was. I understand who they are. I understand how they were raised, and they're both fucking stupid. They're both low vibrational, no moral compass, no common sense. They did not take their situation and learn from it. They did not take their upbringing. Even though their upbringing was dysfunctional and toxic, they both should have learned from it and did better with their kids. And because they don't have the intelligence, the moral compass to make those types of changes, I can't respect them. I'm a single mother, and I got further in life as a single mother than both my parents combined. So they can't tell me nothing. I've done the mother thing. I've been in their shoes, and I know what parenthood is about, and I did it by myself, and I'm ashamed of both of them. So I've grieved both of them, to the point I don't want to hug. I don't even want to kiss. I don't even care. They don't have to tell me I love you at this point, because I've grown that I'm indifferent to it. So I know I'm not the only one. Y'all holler at me in the comment section. Tell me how you feel, because it's some real shit. Nobody just doesn't talk about it. When your parents are abusive, you will grieve the loss while they're alive. And by the time they pass, you won't feel anything. You might feel a little something, but it's not going to be like everybody else's pain. Y'all let me know. Holla.